A week ago, right before Norway and England's match in the World Cup, my friend introduced me to this sports gambling app. And as a dumb 21-year-old, I was curious about the hype that my friend was on. So what I decided to do was hop on the bandwagon and start betting money with her in the World Cup. Like most things, it started really small. First, I watched her bet money on Norway and the result of the match. Norway lost against England with a score of 1-2. When I saw this, I saw how she seemed to be enjoying the act of betting her money on these teams. So after the match, I decided to sign up for this gambling site. It was really easy to make an account. You just needed your passport to verify your identity, and that's it. You're all set. As most things, like I said, everything always starts small. Initially, I wanted to gamble just for the fun. The next game was to be played with France and Spain, the anticipated match between dictator Mbappe versus Lamine Yamal. These two countries fueled the internet with so much debate on who was going to win. And as a French fan, I, like many others, was confident in France winning this match to move up to the semi-finals because everyone was kind of expecting the rematch between Argentina and France to fight for the World Cup this year. And yeah, because gambling starts small, so I wanted to bet maybe a few euros for this match. I bet €1 for this match, which isn't really a lot of money, but I was doing it for the fun and the potential to have more cash. So yeah, if France won that game, the cash out for that was €3, and that's like multiplying my money by 3 times. And I was really confident with the bet because, come on, who's not going to bet on the French national team? The game was looking nice for both teams, solid defense for both teams so far, until Spain got a penalty in which they scored a point which gave them a point lead against France. And I wasn't worried too much because France usually they will make it on top usually. And then something happened. Boom! Spain scored another goal. At this point, I was clenching my cheeks. But I was still hopeful because there's still 60 minutes left for the match. But then 60 minutes became 30 minutes, then 20, then 10 minutes. And there was a part of me that hung up onto hope that maybe Mbappe would do something like the thing he did in the 2022 World Cup against Argentina. And when the match was over, the end, France did not score a single goal. But hey, the experience of gambling was quite fun for starters. Even I did not even win any money, I had fun rooting for a team I love while having money on the line. It made the match seem a bit more intense. So having experienced my first thrill of gambling, I wanted to raise the stake, a little bit higher. So I decided to gamble the remaining money I had left. So I bet €8 for Argentina to win against England. But the thing is, with this bet, I bet that Argentina would win within the 90-minute game time. And the match was so intense that it was 0-0 for a while. So I did something stupid. I bet €4 on England to ensure I would not lose as much money if Argentina loses. And I was confident with Argentina until England scored. And given the time left, I started rooting for England instead of Argentina. Because my bets would only hit if either team won within the 90-minute game time. Going for a tiebreaker would make me lose €12. The cash out if England wins, €11. And for Argentina, it would be €25. This might not seem like a lot of money, but you guys have to remember I am a 21-year-old college student. And that was all my allowance from the previous semester. So the stakes were very high for me. It's either I win big or lose big. 15 minutes before the game would have ended, Argentina scores. So I was scared because if they go for a tiebreaker, I lose all my money. Now, I could pull out all my money at any given time, although it has been reduced from €8 to €8, which the deduction is very big. So yeah, which would be better than losing everything on the line. That's what I thought. So I waited for the timer to go down and down until I was certain Argentina could not score. 5 minutes left, and I said, I do not want to lose my money. I'm going to withdraw all the remaining money I have and bet it to Argentina qualifies for the finals. So that was my logic. So I lose less money. So I did that, and oh my gosh, Argentina scored a second goal, which made my entire world shatter. I could have won 25 euros if I just had believed in Argentina a few minutes longer. Instead, I chose the safe option to bet that they would qualify, still winning a bet, so I could minimize the money I have lost. But I just feel I could have won more money if I just waited. That decision broke me inside. And wanting to win my money back, I bet for Argentina to win World Cup, betting 6 euros I had left, in hopes it would become 21 euros, so I earned my money back. I do not know yet what is the outcome of the game because the game is still 4 days away as writing this script. I closed the game live stream and the betting site together, and I just sat there in utter silence, completely defeated. The thrill I had for France versus Spain was not there. Neither did I feel proud to be a football fan at that moment. I did not truly root for any team because I supported both of them. Because I was rooting for a team that was winning. I only rooted for the team that was winning. I was always a Messi fan, but when England scored, I was scared of going beyond the 90 minutes that I wanted Argentina to lose so I could earn money. So I hit post gambler clarity and asked myself, why am I betting all my money for more money that's not guaranteed? Or I asked myself, what am I doing with my life? Or the famous, I could have used something with that money. So then I realized that I was blinded by my greed for money. I forgot I loved watching this sport. The reason France was so thrilling to bet with so little money was because I generally supported France from the bottom of my heart. But this match, I feel disgusting because betting on two teams just so I could earn money. Not only did I lose money, but I forgot the reason why I love this sport. After hours and hours of pondering, my perspective changed in other areas in my life. For example, I ask myself, if I feel this way in sports betting alone, prioritizing money over genuinity, are there any other aspects in my life I do this? And it clicked. Money is not everything in life. If you try to monetize everything in your life, would you truly be happy? How many times have I tried to turn passion into something I can turn into money? Which in itself, it's not a bad thing. But to the point you feel burnt out doing because it seems you're only doing it for money instead of being passionate about something. Me supporting France, it's like an artist being motivated by passion alone. Even if you don't get anything in return, you're still proud of something. Whilst me supporting both England and Argentina reflected the capitalistic nature that we monetize things that we love for the sake of money. Burning out in the end, in the pursuit of greatness, we must remind ourselves that we must not reach a point where we lose our sense of self just for the sake of monetary values. As Mario Quintana said, don't waste your time chasing butterflies. Mend your garden and the butterflies will come. It means that you should do things you genuinely love, not just for the sake of making money to the point you start getting burnt out. So yeah, peace out everyone.